So my glass is all in. I haven't done it yet, but I actually picked up at Canadian Tire some of this stuff. Whatever it is. It's like some 1/4 inch chrome. I have a little bit out. What I'm going to do is actually put this around all my windows and stuff. This is what this stuff looks like. Just this peel and stick chrome. So I got all my chrome in, my fancy chrome. I got there and there. Stuff worked pretty good. I'm actually gonna see if I can find some thicker stuff and I'll use it on the piece of the hood that I'm missing. I think it'll be fine, like this part. If I pull these tabs off, I can probably get some of that chrome trim and actually put it on there to fix the piece I'm missing. It won't be perfect, but it'll look better than what was there. So yeah. But I think that's a nice touch, the chrome. Finishes up the window nicely. Especially the back. It's pretty blah. Now at least there's some fanciness back there. So I guess my plan now is I'm going to go peel my door panels apart and scratch my head and come up with a design that I want to do on it and start upholstering them, I guess. So see what happens here. So I think I came up with a pattern that I want to go. I'm just going to being this door panel, I'm going to start about 5 inches down and I'm going to end at 12 inches. I'm going to two-tone this color with this brown. So it's going to be the brown on top, going to do that, and then it'll taper behind the seats and around into the back panel. So that's my thought. I might leave that panel solid and pleat the bottom. Not 100% sure yet, but that is my start. So yeah, I'm going to start whipping this up, start cutting this up and sewing the bits together and figure out what I'm doing here. So here's my rough design that I came up with. I don't know, a little odd, but I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be fine. I think I'm just going to pleat the upper portion of this, and I gave myself lots of extra, so I'll be able to trim it after. But I'm going to pleat the upper part, and I'll leave the bottom kind of plain. I think that's what I'm going to do, so I don't have to pleat so much. And I'll figure out what I'm going to do in the upper half after. So we'll sew this together. I'll show what I'm going to do. I sew this together and then I'll show how I make my padded foam stuff that I do. So I'm sure at this point you're asking, what in the heck am I doing? What I'm doing is I'm just going to set this up and I'm going to be sewing some, well, I call them pleats, or just sewing a line in there across the panel. But what I'm using is some 1/4-inch foam and like some bed sheet. It's pretty much what it is. Normally we have like a secondhand store, MCC, around here, but they're closed because of all this COVID stuff. Otherwise I would just buy sheets and stuff from them, just some old bed sheeting. So what I'm doing is I'm making my own. There is like an upholstery foam you can buy that has a webbing on it, because if you sew right on the foam, it'll probably just, the thread will just pull through the foam and you'll end up losing your shape. So what I do is I just buy some 1/4-inch foam, a bed sheet, a little bit of spray glue. I put it together because that upholstery foam is insanely expensive. I think our local shop, it's $45 a meter, whereas this cost me about $10 a meter to make. And if our secondhand store was open, it probably would have cost me like $3, $2 a meter, just with like scrap recycled stuff. So that's what I'm doing. That's why you're seeing that here. The lower part of this panel, like I say, I want to do this, and then I'm going to sew it to this lower part of the panel. I'll probably just glue the foam to this panel, but I won't do the whole the sheet on the back, so I'm not doing any pattern or anything in it. I just want a little bit of puffiness just to take away any imperfections of stuff that happens. So yeah, that's why you're seeing what you see me doing there. It's upholstery's expensive. Even doing it yourself, it doesn't take long to add up this stuff. The little bit of garbage you see here between this brown and that tan vinyl, the little bit of rags and this foam, was almost $200 worth of material. So if you had to, after doing an interior all nice and jazzy in one of my cars, I can understand why it's so expensive, especially if you got to do foam. Foam is expensive. But anyways, so what I'm doing now is I have this. I am going to do, I think I'm going to be lazy, and I'm just going to do a pleat every 2 inches, kind of like I did on my running board. A lot of time I'll do every second line, or like every inch. Is this an inch or 2 inches? I think this is 2 inches. Every 2 inches, but I'm going to do it like every 4, just because I'm being lazy and I don't want to be sewing for days on end. So I'll start with this. I'm going to mark this all out and sew this up on the sewing machine. Then I'm going to sew this to my bottom half, and then I'll get a bit of foam on there. I'm going to put all my buttons in, and then I'm going to staple this sucker together, and I have one panel done for the car. I do have my kick panels, so these I'm kind of marking up for a speaker. I don't have a speaker. I don't even know if I'll put a stereo in the car. I don't really have stereos in a lot of my cars, but I'll probably mock this up for a speaker, but I'll just vinyl over it. I'm just going to go the single color. It's kind of the way it worked out. The way this is going to, the way I'm doing this pretty much follows the brown in my dash, and then I'm just kind of breaking up the back of the car, just something different instead of all one color. But you can see that when my kick panel's in, it doesn't really touch with that, so it's just all going to be the same color as the lower portion of the door. So now you can see I marked it off where my panel's going to be, my 12-inch and my 5-inch. So now I got to pop in my buttons so I can start stapling this sucker all together. this one went on super tight. Holy Dinah, sucker's tight. Hope that garnish board doesn't pop off. It'll pretty much bean me in the noggin there. But it's together. I guess it's fancy. I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. It is what it is. It's done. Now, see if I got enough to start figuring something out on the back panels. I'll probably start messing with that tonight. Progress has been slow. I've been working on this, but gonna try to get a little more interior work done on this thing. See if I can get my panels. It's gonna work till I run out of vinyl. So, yeah, keep plugging away. How's that for a May 10th? It's so freaking cold. I gotta put the heater on. Okay, so I'm gonna save my seats for last. I pulled everything out. I'm just gonna doodle up my door panel, my line. I'm thinking I'm gonna try to run this line here into the back, and I may extend it up to the top, I'm not sure. But there, and maybe I'll continue this line down so it fills, oops. I'll do this line down so it goes to the bottom of this panel, and then I can kind of carpet up to it. Yeah, see how it goes. So I got both of my back templates out. What I'm going to do is this is going to be the pleated insert, and then I'm just going to do some of this vinyl on top and bottom. So I'll just trace these out. I'll do them both in one shot, and yeah, it should be a relatively easy panel to make. Hopefully I got enough material to do it all, so we'll see. So this particular panel, because it's this plastic, I'm actually just going to glue the vinyl around to the back. A couple spots where it's going to bug me that if it came apart, I'm just going to sew the three corners. I'm actually just going to sew it right through the board. The rest of it won't be too bad because it'll be behind the window and stuff, so it can't really come apart. But I might still run a stitch everywhere, all around, wherever I can. Here's why an industrial machine just rocks. It doesn't care what you sew through it. Pretty much just sewed the whole dang thing right through the panel. It's pretty great. Anyways, let's get these in the car. So there we go. Pretty fancy. Pretty fancy. See if this side lines up. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, so now I got to cut a panel for that because I just got to get that out of the way. We are getting closer. All right. Just gonna do this panel now. Wheel, that's pretty fancy. I think I'm done. Done for tonight. I'm out of foam. And I think I need some more material before I can do my seats, but this is what I came up with. So, I don't know. It's something. It's not perfect, but it definitely looks better. I still got to make all my windlace and stuff like that. I'm going to make some going around the door, in the front, fill in all the ugly gaps. But yeah, I think it's not turned out pretty good. Gotta get some paneling so I can figure out how to do my headliner. I'm actually going to make like a hard headliner, if that makes sense. I think that'll work out pretty good in this particular car. But yeah, I think I'm done. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.